only on DAZN, July 12th. Ring 3, Berlanga versus Shiraz and Stevenson versus Cepeda. They're in their prime, they're hungry, and they're done being called the future. Berlanga versus Shiraz, Stevenson versus Cepeda. Ring 3, live, only on DAZN. Buy now at DAZN.com/boxing.
Oscar Bevis for the Stomping Ground, powered by Wow Hydrate and available on DAZN. Ed, can you just tell us in your words what happens? I know there's a lot of confusion.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it was the right decision because I think, particularly Jack's cut was awful. But at the same time, for me, the referee and the doctors inspected Jack Catterall's cut. I feel like they were letting him continue. They inspected the cut, and then the referee went over to the doctor of Harlem Eubank's corner, and she started pointing to the corner, blah, 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 and then the ref called it off. So when I got in the ring, I just said to the ref, what's the decision? He said, we're going to the scorecards. I said, I know, but whose cut are you stopping it for? And he said, both. And I said, well, why didn't you stop it when you inspected Jack Catterall's cut? But anyway, I think it was the right decision from Bob Williams. It's just times like this, I feel like it's quite good to get the reaction from the referee or the official as well, just to understand what actually happened there. Because I don't think you can say, I called it off because of both cuts. Because if you called it off because of Jack Catterall's cut, you would have called it off after you inspected him. But then you went over to the other corner. So, irrelevant, because we went to the scorecards and Jack Catterall won fairly. You know, it was a pretty lacklustre start from both, herky-jerky and edgy. And then Jack started to take control of the fight, was landing some good shots in 5 and 6. And I think he would have got to him. Harlem didn't really want to engage, wanted to make it tricky like he does, but I feel like Jack's quality was starting to show.
What do you make of Harlem thinking that he won the fight? Kind of raising his hand before the decision?
Yeah, I mean, I think maybe his corner wanted to go to the scorecards because maybe they thought that he might get a shake of it. He was, for me...
How many rounds would you have
given? I thought it was 5-1 or 4-2 at very best. Very best, but... I mean, a couple of the rounds, no one really did a lot, but Jack was starting to take control. He was always, looking to be the aggressor in the fight, and Harlem was jumping in a bit, but, it was a solid win, and now we've got to look at big fights for Jack at 147.
Yeah. What did you make of them sending in Connor to check Harlem?
Yeah, good. I mean, good. I think Harlem was pretty nervous going into the fight, and you would be on this kind of occasion for him, but Harlem's a good fighter. He'll be back.
And I haven't got time to do the whole card, so I'll do one big standout, Leo Atang.
Yeah,
what a debut.
Just going to be a real fan favourite. I mean, sold masses of tickets from York and a really good debut against, your standard heavyweight journeyman, but a standard journeyman that can whack a bit, and they're all dangerous, And
you got a text from Turkey?
Yeah, straight away saying, I like this Leo Atang. I said, good, so do I, he's the future. And I thought he was great. Pat Brown, I thought, was sensational. Akib Fiaz, Alex Murphy, great fight, good win for Joe Cordina. Good statement stoppage from Sky Nicholson. Will Crawler got beat, which was disappointing, but he'll have to lick his wounds and come back stronger.
Yeah. Just a final one. I know the WBF said they'll review Jake Paul being ranked. Does that? How does that sit with you? Because it's almost like you're now not potentially standing on your original decision. Is that?
I don't know. It's none of my business. I mean, I didn't know they were reviewing it, but obviously it's had a lot of backlash. So we'll see what happens.